Very powerful words here from Marilyn Ferguson. If you read these, you might have an inkling of what she's saying. Some people are kind of immune. Greta talks about having been diagnosed with Asperger's, and she doesn't have the same filters, the same ability to be seduced by the belief system of society. And if you listen to her, she's kind of immune. She sees the problem and understands it needs solving. And she has set about, when she was 15 years old, last August, when our school year began, what have you done this school year? Hey, what have I done this school year in compared to what this young lady has accomplished? But the point here is that you need to break free of these shackles. Now, I played a lot of roles in life trying to fit in, but this idea that life had never made much sense to me, I had no idea that Asperger's was even a word. It wasn't part of the lexicon that I grew up in, and I was certainly never diagnosed, but I get it now that I understand it. And she talks about it being a superpower. Like I've talked about it before, and the point I'm trying to make is that 40 years ago today, or at least on March 14th, 40 years ago, I began to understand, those 5 experiments I talked about last week. Man, when you take your life into your own hands and start to direct its course yourself, do things change in amazing ways. And when I looked up, because I wanted to know, hey, March 14th, 1979, what day of the week was it? Oh, it was a Wednesday. Hey, what about that PBS special? Is there anything about it? And I searched for that, and I had no idea. It's available on Amazon Prime. This is the show I watched 40 years ago today, March 14th, 1979. The show that changed my life, and if you go to Small Annoyances, there's a section called Relatively Speaking that I write about what happened. I write about a very small sliver of what happened. When amazing things happen to you, write them down. Don't ignore your own insights. When you wonder about life and believe that you're finding unique answers, write them down. Think about it. Compare it to reality. Discover whether or not you may be onto something. Because in the big scheme of things, when you look at our civilization, we're collectively insane. And I'm not saying you're insane. I'm saying our civilization is. The things we fight about, the arguments we have, the silly things that nation states do to one another. Well, problems that people like Greta recognize go unsolved. So, on this day, to mark this occasion, and happy birthday, Albert Einstein, happy Pi Day too, 3.14159, pi. It's Pi Day. So kind of a interesting coincidence. Coincidence. Isn't that something?